Let's see if this is working. Good morning, everybody. I've been wrestling with all of my audio equipment this morning because it just really, really did not want to play along. And now that I'm looking, I'm not sure if we're still going here, but we're gonna pretend like everything is okay. Morning, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to the Bass Channel here. Wednesday morning, and I had a really interesting, fun day yesterday getting to explore the City Pop Discord server. Very good tip, Ohajiman, City Pop Dave, and everybody else who was telling me to go check it out. It is awesome. There are so many cool things there, and one of the things that I found that is going to be a new thing for us to go through and discuss. I think some of you from the Discord know what I'm talking about here. This crazy chart. Oh, it's so good. Right here, we've got everything. It is all over the place of amazing. So we've got, let's see if I can scroll this around here. So not only did this is, so I guess Tom, whoever you are, thank you for the design, fantastic design. But beyond that, this has such an awesome overview of not only what's defines city pop as far as what we would consider that to be, but all the different subgenres within that. And it talks about, giving a little brief definition of what describes each kind. So we've got the folk rock, the synth pop. I like how they call it the essentials. I definitely agree with this. We've got some Tatsuro. Oh yes, King Tatsuro. Toshiki Kadumatsu, great person. Henri, Taiko Onuki, Takako Mamiya. This always makes, or that part right there where it said essentials, that made me feel really good because I've covered one song from every one of those albums except for On the City Shore, but I have done Kadumatsu bass parts before. So, anywho, this is just amazing. Hey, morning, Zal. What's up? I know. Oh, it's so comprehensive. I know. Desi, I can't talk today. Yeah, it's awesome. So, I want to see what you guys have to say in the chat. I highly suggest all of you go check out the Discord, the City Pop Discord server, because they have all this stuff posted up there, and the community seems super cool. And my couple hours I was hanging out there, everybody was really nice and super helpful. Also, there's so many other people doing stuff like what I'm doing. There's like City Pop Dave, he does bass tabs. There's a really cool guy whose name just popped right out of my head who does like the same version of what I do but with guitar, and he talks about the lyrics. And anyway, really cool resource. So I just wanted to go ahead and talk about that before we get started today, because one of the things people said in there was they wanted to hear a little bit more Omega Tribe. And since I had so much fun working on Omega Tribe this last week, I thought that'd be a great place to start today. So we're going to do a little bit of Omega Tribe. And again, I apologize because I got to get everything all set up here. But yeah, let's go ahead and listen. I know we started on this one a little bit last time, but let's listen a little bit to the first song off of 1986 Omega Tribe, Crystal Night. This is called Counterlight. Let's go to listen. Okay, so we are going back now. Okay, we definitely have got a very good 1980s vibe hitting for us here. Also, can we talk about this album cover? Really nice. I don't know if this is on purpose, but I feel like they have the alternate title cover just sitting right here. Let's look it up. Let's see if that's the actual alternate title. Because that'd be kind of cool if it was. Zal brought up a good point the other day. If you're trying to think of a good city pop album cover or a good song title, think Crystal and Night, and you're pretty much good to go. What was the other album that we had? Junko Ohashi? She has an album called Crystal Castle or something like that. Hey, morning Vermilion, what's up? I'm doing a little more Omega Tribe today. So again, this is the 1986 Omega Tribe. Second wave Omega Tribe. This album's actually 1987. Should be 1987 Omega Tribe. Okay, so we're kind of getting a little funky here, but really this is more of a kind of a synth thing. Let's see what the Discogs says, or the disc. I haven't had my coffee. Let's see what the Discogs says. That always helps us out. Let's see what we got here. There we go. Okay, 1987, synth pop. Okay. Again, we got a whole track list in English. Very interesting. Let's see what we have here for the other versions. Okay, English. And cassette version in English. Okay, so once again, we have a whole album in Japanese, all English titles. All right. Yeah, I 100% agree, Vermilion. They definitely like this synth. Okay. Well, that's a good feel for track 1. Let's go a little bit deeper. Let's see what we got here for Lady Free, track 2. So again, while we're listening to this, let's do a little more research here into Omega Tribe, because when we started checking them out, we were looking at the first iteration, Kyogataka, cannot talk, and Omega Tribe. And so that original version had, let's see here, I think they had 6 albums? That's not what I wanted to click. Wow, these synthesizers. Man, they love these synthesizers. Here's what I want, Kyogataka. Here we go, yeah. First iteration, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 6 albums with 5 albums with 2 live versions? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. And when we were doing our first Omega Tribe here, we got a fair way through Aqua City, we did a good chunk of Another Summer, and then we touched on Never Ending Summer and a little bit of Rivers Island. But these 4 albums, crisp. Super, super nice. So this is a little bit later. Again, this is that next iteration. Let's see what the last Another Summer. So 1985. So as soon, and I'll just turn this down again, because I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Just like last time, when we were talking about these different bands that form and have all these, different members that form super groups later or jump around to different people. The great example, of course, being Maria Takeuchi and Tatsuro Yamashita becoming like the Jay-Z, Beyonce of city pop when they got married, and they would cover each other's songs and they would play in each other's bands and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of what's going on here. So after we have the Kyogataka and Omega Tribe, this is that next iteration. And this is moving a little bit away from city pop, because we were getting pretty seated in the funkiness and pretty seated in that kind of jam rock, thick funk bass, lots of vocal, chorus melodies, lots of vocal parts. So far, this is much more jam rocky. Or not jam rocky, but what's the word I'm looking for? Soft rock? I know it says boogie synth pop. I have yet to hear boogie in the first 2 songs. But let's see what we got now. We'll go to Phoenix. This is track 3. Okay. This is getting a little funkier. We're kind of in the boogie territory now. I'll turn this up just a little bit. Huh. Okay, so this is getting a little more into the city pop area, because we have the kind of like the karumatsu chords, where we've got these funk. Another great American example of that is Nile Rodgers. He is the guitarist that you have heard 1,000 times that you've never heard of. He was in Chic. He played with, let's see, David Bowie. He played with Whitney Houston. He played with, I mean, he is just a hit maker. Daft Punk, the one Get Lucky, if you remember that bump, he's really good at that. He's playing the top 3 strings of a guitar, and you can get the harmony of it. Let's just listen here for a second. I'll show you some different examples in some other songs. So let's go back. Let's go back and check this out, because this is an interesting thing, because not only does Omega Tribe do this, but this is an absolute Karumatsu thing. He puts this in all of his music, and he knows it's gonna bug me. Let me see if I can open up Discord real fast so I can find this YouTuber's name, because he's a really nice, okay, Masa City Poppin' Bluesman. Masa City Poppin' Bluesman, that is his name. He had a really good, I watched a couple of his videos yesterday, really interesting discussion of how he does these chords. And so let's listen to this, and then we'll identify it in some other songs and genres from before and after 1987. So, again, here's our example from 1987, Omega Tribe, 1986, Omega Tribe, Phoenix. So we got that. Now we can take the original version, Chic. Let's see, Get By If You Try. Okay, so here's a little bit of classic early Niles Rodgers. You can get by if you try. So it's funky. I'll give you a little bit of the chorus because it's just cool. There we go. Anyway, cool song. What's neat about it is it's 3 bars that wraps around constantly instead of being 4 bars, which is neat. Anyway, besides the point, listen to the breakdown where we just get to hear the guitar playing this backing track as a solo. Here we go. So he's constantly strumming. Never stops. So playing those top 3 strings of the guitar, in fact, I'm going to be rude. I'm going to run away from you guys for 15 seconds so I can get my guitar, so I can show you what I'm talking about. And now I'm in my room that has the microphone for my bass. Okay. I'm now playing out my guitar. I hope I don't kick my microphone. Okay, there we go. All right. Making it back into the room. Did not forget. Okay, here we go. Oh, no! Okay, good. I didn't break anything. So, what we've got here, these top 3 notes. That's all he's doing, is just hitting them and that kind of thing. And so that is a huge city pop idea where they want to just use those top 3 strings and make chords out of that. Two benefits come out of that. One, the way that the mapping of the fingers makes it really easy to do different kinds of chords that are interesting. And 2, that really sets out above other things. Because if you've got super funky bass, if you've got drums, if you've got synthesizers, if you've got other things filling up this mid-range, you need to get out of the way as a guitarist. And rhythm guitar traditionally was more hanging out in the background. So this was a way to still have some harmony, still have some background, but also make a really, really funky line. Let's go back. Let's listen to this now. Again, here, this is Phoenix. We're listening for that strummy guitar. It's not as crazy active as what we just listened to with Chic. Let's listen to that one more time. Just constant moving. And then over here, let's listen to what we got here. Not here, here. So even though they're not hitting nearly as much noise, it's still the same motion. Where it's, let's see. that kind of stuff. So that's just kind of a cool, fun thing that... Sorry, guitar. That's just kind of a cool, fun thing to notice. And taking the same guy, Nile Rodgers, who, if you guys are big city pop fans, check out Nile Rodgers. He's got some funk in the junk. Oh, so good. But he did the Daft Punk Get Lucky. So this Chic song came out in like 1976, 1977. And here's Nile Rodgers again. I'm probably going to get a copyright strike for this. But let's hear that guitar. Planet spinning, the force from the beginning. Yeah. So that's Nile Rodgers doing the same super funkiness 40 years apart. And everybody was like, I'm telling you, man, these city pop, these funky grooves that we got going on for us in this community, we're on the right track to funk. Now, one more because I can't help myself. Let's listen to David Bowie, Let's Dance. Because that has probably my favorite Nile Rodgers line. Then we're going to go back to city pop because, you know, this is a city pop channel. But sometimes we got to take a walk. And here we go. There's those chords. Dum, 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 dum. Okay, well, that definitely just got this video copyright striked. But it was worth it. Okay, so anyway, let's keep going through Omega Tribe. Let's try to finish up this album here. And let's see if we can find any more of those guitar riffs. And then let's get a little bit further, because we got one more album from 1986 Omega Tribe. And then I want to explore Carlos Toshiki in Omega Tribe. And I got a pretty cool video from the Discord server that I want to show you guys. It's pretty funny. So we'll get into that here. So let's try to finish through this album. Okay. So we got a pretty good feel for Phoenix. Let's move on here. Now we've got Indian Summer. Okay. Going back a little bit into the Beverly Hills Cop feel. We've got a couple drum synthesizers going, or sequencers. I like this though. Okay, we're getting a little more city pop now. That's the harmonies. We got that bass. Ah, but there's the sequencer. Talk box. Oh yeah. This is a funky one. Okay. Indian Summer. This is a good one. Oh, Vermilion. My goodness. Get on the Discord server. Before I got on the Discord server, I thought I was cool and I knew a lot about city pop. I don't think I know as much about city pop as I thought I knew, but I'm excited to learn. And for those of you who have not seen this yet, I'm just going to take 1 second away from this because this is just so super important, and especially for Vermilion, I want you to see this. Check out this bananas. So this Discord server community, which is amazing. Look what they did. Look what they did. They made this crazy chart, super HD, mega awesome, not only on City Pop Essentials, which I completely agree are fantastic, 5 albums that are awesome to start with, but they go even further, and they do, like, they split it all up into the subgenres, synth pop, they have idol pop, which is something, I am almost completely unfamiliar with. I have not seen any of those cats. Folk rock, same thing, I don't know any of these cats either. Oh, I know Hanoso. I just saw this Hanoso picture. Okay, well, I know one of these, but there you go. There's Junko, Hashi. But it's cool because they split this all up and they talk about different styles. And they even go and they start talking about some non-Japanese albums, which is the kind of stuff that I like to do, as you know, where I like to tie in other things and other musicians out there because it's a cool place. And one of the things I'm thinking too, I think I might start going through that chart because that chart is so cool. I might start making a series on that. Anyway, back to Omega Tribe. Yeah, the City Pop subreddit. I think that's the same community, or at least that's a good chunk of the community. They all hang out there too. Okay. Indian Summer. That goes on the list. That's a cool song. I'm going to try to work on that one. Okay, I'll Never Forget You. Sounds like a ballad. Let's see. Okay. It's kind of a ballady. Slow jam. Now you see, these are still all synth sequencers, and you've got like synth drums, but it's not pre-sequenced. Somebody's actually playing these. And personally, I like that better. There are times and places for sequencers for sure that are awesome, but for this kind of 80s music, as you can see, I always tease them by calling it the Beverly Hills Cop theme. But this to me is much more interesting and more organic. I don't know, for the time, I just felt like if you rely too heavily on the electronic, people could tell. Let's get an example of that real quick of what I'm talking about. Look at Lady Free. This. At the time, you know, like that, it was super cool, but that I feel like is a sound that has not aged well. Many, like the 808, that drum machine, everybody wants an 808 now. Everybody's using it. It's been popular. You know, even the second iterations like the 909 are not as popular as the 808. But that synth horn, MIDI is kind of dead now. And MIDI used to be a big thing. Okay, I cannot get through this album. Let's keep going. Crystal Night, title track. Yeah, this is the one we listened to last on Mega Tribe. This song is just so good because it has that half step modulation for the chorus. So good. As much as I want to do Indian Night, this is the one I'm doing first. Crystal Night is just too funky, man. But you see, this is kind of harkening back to some earlier Omega Tribe, because now we've got those choruses with the backup vocals where they'll say things like that kind of stuff. We had two things going on. One, we had vocal harmonies within the band, Omega Tribe themselves, like the guys singing harmony of one thing. Then they had backup singers come in and do the I want to be your Valentine. That kind of stuff is early Omega Tribe. I think this is the first time on this album we've heard something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, let me know, but let's listen to this one more time. But super funky still. Fun. Oh, looks like my stream just died on that. Oh well. Hope you guys heard that. Such a great song. Gotta keep moving though. Alright. Ipanema Rain. Sorry, Japanese pronunciation. Whoa, let's back it up and get a little bit of the beginning of that. Okay, now this is the kind of synth that ages well. Oh, I like that. It's all about A3. Boogie synth pop, huh? Oh, interesting. We find ourselves with that samba rhythm again. I don't know if you guys remember yesterday, or I guess that was 2 days ago when we were looking at the song that was similar to Sade, Smooth Operator, where we had that walking bass line, and we had that samba bum, Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum. Kind of an offbeat rhythm. Now we've got the same thing here. Interesting. So they're taking that Latin rhythm, but only really for that little chorus part, or that in-between breakdown. And then it switches. Huh. Cool. Not bad. All right, like I said, we got more albums to get through. And at the end here, I'm gonna help City Pop Dave put at the end there. I got a solution for the tabs, and I'm gonna show you guys how to make. If you're interested in making your own tablature videos, I'm gonna show you at the end how to do that here. Good. Oh, the singer is Carlos Toshiki. He's Japanese Brazilian. That makes so much sense. Vermilion, you with your nuggets of information that are ridiculous. Yes, that makes complete sense now, because samba, obviously a huge part of the Brazilian culture. And now that I know that Carlos Toshiki, and if you put it together, Carlos Toshiki, I probably should have figured out that one of those names was not related to the other. That's awesome, though. Thank you, Vermilion. Super cool. And that actually brings a good segue here. Well, let's finish. We got 2 more songs. Let's finish this, then we'll go to the next thing. Very badass, I agree. Hello, Elijah. Storabe Jamu. Okay, so this is similar to what we listened to earlier. Phoenix? Yeah, like Phoenix and Counterlight. Sounds like the first couple tracks. Thank you. Bon. Nice. Nice. Okay, and then we got a love ballad at the end. Okay, fine. All right, now, speaking of Toshiki Kadomatsu. Toshiki Kadomatsu? What am I saying? Carlos Toshiki. No amount of coffee can fix me today. This is a video that was posted in the Discord server. That is a sketch from a Japanese TV show, and I really have no other context other than that, but it's pretty funny. Let's watch it together. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike for this, but let's see what happens.
I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win. And that's him, right? That's Carlos Toshiki. I'm gonna win.
Hello. Oh. Hi, Natsuko. This is Joey. Oh, you gonna speak to Carlos? Okay, hold on. Hey, Carlos!
So that was.
Toshi, have you seen Carlos? Have you seen Carlos? I'm gonna win. Let's go look. I'm very sorry. He's not in right now. Yes, hey, telephone. Telephone, yeah.
Who's it?
Natsuko.
Oh, thanks.
Oh my God.
Hi. How are you? Hello. What happened? You cannot make it tonight? What's wrong with you? Hello. Hello. Shit.
Oh my God, they still
You
more.
have to hold like this. I'm gonna stay home tonight.
Why did everyone start clapping? What is?
Joey, does your girlfriend like roses?
Oh, that ended way too soon. I could have used at least another 45 minutes. Can I have somebody in the chat? Can somebody please make I'm gonna win. I want that as my ringtone forever. Hold on, let me get that again.
I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna win. But that's not the only time. What is this sketch? Oh, awesome. Awesome. Everybody get on the City Pop Discord server. It's so good. It's so crazy. Now, here's another thing I found that's pretty cool. So this is a kickback one. So this is a Kiyotaka Omega Tribe. But somebody put up all the videos, the music videos, like tons of them. And they synced up all the audio. And it sounds really quite nice. And it's been up for like a year. So I guess they're not going to... Oh, and look at this hero. Somebody put all the videos. So if you're interested here, I'll put a link in this at the end so you guys can check this out along with the other video. But this is just kind of a fun resource just to check out. He's got some cool videos, cool shots. It's very... Oh, here's the one we checked out last week. Anyway, that's some cool stuff. All right, well, let's keep looking now. Goodbye, Bon Jovi. David Bowie. Okay, so we have done now Crystal Night. So now that we've done a little, there's one more album with 1986 Omega Tribe, but let's just go ahead and move on. Let's do some Carlos Toshiki, because that's what we just checked out with the ridiculous video. And now let's see what albums they have and what years they got started, because I think they were then, again, the next iteration. And as I'm looking now, that looks like exactly what it is. 1988. Carlos Toshiki and Omega Tribe. So let's get in there. Let's see what it sounds like. 2 years, or no, this is 1 year after the album we just listened to, Crystal Night. Let's see what changed when we got Toshiki. Kiyotaka, Single Vacation. I like this sound. This is my kind of 80s synth right here. Oh, we got those pops. Fun. Yeah. I'll call those some baby city pop stops. Turn this down a little bit. Again, we got those vocal harmonies in the background. I would agree. Henri's bass is phenomenal. She's got a great bass player. Oh, yeah. I'm calling it, y'all. 9:33 a.m. First official City Pop stop of the day. That's a City Pop stop. Damn, Carlos. I feel like Omega Tribe is starting to become in my mind a little bit of the City Pop proper version of Cassiopeia, where you've got all these different members that rotate throughout the years, but it's just so funky. And it changes, but you can still hear that thread. I hear the Omega Tribe sound. The more I listen to it, and I'm sure you guys have listened to it more than I have, like when you start to hear a lot of an artist, you start to really notice like hallmarks of what they sound like Red Hot Chili Peppers. You hear a lot of Flea, you hear a lot of, I mean, you hear all four of them, but you hear the bass, very interesting, you hear the guitar, very interesting, all that kind of stuff. And what I'm hearing with these guys, they really like mixing their synth drums with a real drummer. And they'll trade off with like who's doing what, as far as if the robot has the kick, or if the person has a kick, or if it's just right now where it's just doing City Pop stop. But okay, so that was Nighttime. Or I'm sorry, that was Emmy Angel. So that's the first track off of this album. Good. Cosmic Love might be worth a listen. I'm definitely. See, let's look that up real quick. If that's an album, let's listen to this second. Call Back Again. While we're listening to the second track, I'm going to look that up for you, Vermilion. Let's see what we got. Okay, sounds like we're getting smooth here. Ooh. Yeah? Oh, I love it. Dun dun. That synth bass. It's a little thin, but it's a good timbre. Cosmic Love. Our Graduation. Why don't I see that album? Maybe it's The Graduate Live? Oh! Is this new? No, this is clearly not new. What rabbit hole have you sit me down, Vermilion? 1986, huh? I love it. Self-titled single? Alright, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Where is it? Carlos. Maybe this is it? Well, at any rate, I found the video. We're gonna listen to it. Okay, so the second track, you know, Toshiki, he is getting back into the, you know, more of the vibes that, like, we're getting away from the synthesized arpeggiator. We're getting away from all of these super computerized beats. We're going back kind of into the early 80s. What started the city pop feel is now we're starting to get that back a little bit. This is cool. Okay, now let's check what Vermilion is looking at here. Okay, so we've got some... Okay, now he's saying it's 1986 Omega Drive. It is hard to keep track of who is who in this in this whole thing because there's so many iterations of all these different bands and of all these different groups. But let's listen. So this is we're going back 2 years now. So, but this is when Carlos Toshiki first joined. So this is super early Toshiki version of Omega Tribe, and this is called Cosmic Love, off the one of the last albums from them. I definitely like this Hollywood Squares theme. Off to a good start. He looks a little 1950s with that Letterman's jacket thing. I love that pink guitar though. I'm digging on that. Oh, wireless mic. Cutting Edge, 1986. But again, now we're going back. Arpeggiators. That's what he's doing on the keyboard there. Just a quick little aside, so if you guys have never seen a sequencer before, what they do, and here's a very, very, very cheap version of one. This is a MIDI sequencer, or a MIDI controller that you can turn into a sequencer. But you've got this little button here that says arpeggiator. I don't know if you can see that, arpeggiator. And what that does is you press that button down, and then whatever keys you hold, it jumps between them in perfect rhythm. So if you want it to be even, it'll go ya ba ba ba, and it'll go ya ba 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 ba, or you can do it up and down, ya ba 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 ba, or it can be random, you know, just hit random notes. But all you have to do is just go this, hold it, and then the machine will go. And so that's what this sounds like. So when we're hitting those, let's see, we had it earlier. Yeah. The guitar is doubling over on top of that thing. So that's why you hear those. And they're like exactly in rhythm. Yeah, but this is a dope song. Cosmic Love, 1986. Good call, Vermilion. I like it. All right. Well, let's see if we can get through this album, because then we will have touched on 2 more versions of Omega Tribe. And then we'll only have 2 more versions of Omega Tribe to go. Okay, but I like this song, Call Me Back Again. This is definitely funky. This has got our city pop stops. Our little offbeat hits. Oh, you guys are looking at my, oh no, my morning stream. Oh, my secrets. Don't look at my secrets. Okay, let's look at number 3. Sky Surfer. Good name. Let's see what it sounds like. I just realized I kicked my camera so long ago. There we go. It's a little bit better. I definitely like Carlos Toshiki's voice. No offense to Kiyotaka, but it's a little more mellow for this genre, and I feel like Kiyotaka was a little more rock. And their music had more solos. Like, this stuff's been pretty calm as far as people wailing in the middle of songs or shredding it hard, but yeah, chill song. It's okay, not bad, not bad. Dream, let's hear that. Track 4. Ooh. Okay, I like that. Okay, so it was, yeah, Vermilion brought this up. For those of you who are just joining us now, Carlos Toshiki, half Brazilian, half Japanese, did not know that. Makes so much sense now because there are so many Latin rhythms, so many South American rhythms, and now it makes sense because obviously that's something he would have been very familiar with, and if he grew up in Brazil, or if his parents, or one of his parents had heritage in Brazil, then they definitely would have been familiar with all of these samba beats and these rhythms. And so this is an awesome fusion of that ta-ta. Because these are unusual rhythms, a dum-dum-dum. While that's not a specific Latin rhythm in the way that our bum 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 bum, something like that, or when we had 2 days ago the bum banana bum 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 bum, but it's in that same vein, it's that same idea. And so this is a cool thing that Carlos brings to Omega, this iteration of Omega Tribe, are these really interesting rhythms. Open your heart, man. Don't be afraid. Yeah, exactly. I feel you, Carlos. Slow Boat to Moonlight. Ooh. Okay. This is slow dance. This is 1988 prom. 17, 18-year-old Japanese kids asking each other to dance. Oh, I called it. What was the first word? What was the first word? That's right. Bass channel. Called it. You don't have a bass rumble that low unless you're getting low and slow. I don't know what that meant. I was doing so good too. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a slow jam. Okay, title track, Downtown Mystery. Nighttime version. Let's hear it. Ooh. Okay. So this is a motivational 80s pump it up song. Oh, uh-oh. We're getting Beverly Hills Cops on it. Actually, I take that back. This is more Maniacs. Let me think. What does it sound most like? What could I pull up? I don't know. It's getting kind of unique now. The intro, though, got me. Huh. Okay. I'll back off. This is a unique song. I like it. Whoa. Okay, now we're getting back into the 80s. Okay, this is not the same thing. I understand and I know that. But it's a little similar, right? Just a little. Just give me a second till we get to it. Get that epic drop. Dun, 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 dun. And then we go back here. Okay. I'm gonna give myself a whiff. I thought that would be closer than it was. Sorry, Carlos. Sorry, Omega Tribe. You guys are good. All right, let's check out the next one here. We got a couple minutes, and then I want to talk to you guys about tabs, because I promised City Pop Dave I'd help him out, show him how to do some cool stuff. So, Matanro Island. Matanro Island? Okay. More of the same kind of stuff. More of that pop feel. Okay, good. Ba-ba. Let's go to the next one. Let's see what we got here. Stay Girl. Stay Pure. Stay Girl. Stay Pure. Sup, Hajiman? Super busy this morning, I feel you. I barely got to the stream myself. Okay, that deserves more of a listen, but we're powering through here. The Last Love Song. Okay. Oh, cool. All right, so as I'm looking through here, it looks like the rest of this album is pretty much different versions of songs off of this album. I wonder if these are live. Huh. Let's see what it says. Nighttime version. Well, once again, it looks like we're going to have to do an Omega Tribe Part 3 someday at some point in doing that. But at this point in time, I want to take the opportunity to show... Hey, and look at that. Hey, City Pop Dave, what's up, man? I'm going to get you covered. You watch the last 10 minutes of this video whenever you get time, and you will be good to go. Okay, so like I said, this Discord channel, super cool. Lots of really awesome people doing the same things that I'm doing on different instruments, on the same instruments, doing history, all this kind of stuff. And one thing that I have figured out that I want to show you guys how to do if you ever want to make tabs, or if you're making tabs and you want to put them on videos, is how to convert them to scroll. Because that is the easiest way to record making these tabs. So what I'm going to do here, hopefully without screwing anything up too bad, is I'm going to try to show you how this all works here. So I'm going to start by going and using City Pop Dave here as my example here. So I'm going to go to MuseScore. I'm going to log in. So I use Flat.io, which is a free program that lets you make scores. And I think I'm just going to pick something here real quick. Plug strings, whatever. Where's my bass? Slap electric bass. Okay, fine, great, whatever. So when I'm here, you know, you can add measures, you can add notes, blah, 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 all that kind of good stuff making tabs. So what's... poo. Silly Alex. Why did you do that? Flat.io. Here we go. Transit and summer. So this is a good example to show you. So I can work on this vertically. And I can do all this. This is what MuseScore generally looks like. So if I go over here and I look at my profile, so I can find people who I follow, which is City Pop Dave, and I can find his music, which is right here. Good. So here is Dave's piece right here. So the problem is that when he hits play and he's looking through this, all he can do is just go through like this. You know, so we can turn, if we need to, we can mute the sound so we don't have to hear those doom, da doom, da doom, all that kind of stuff. But in general, that's all you got, is you've got these, red boxes that move around. And there's no way to turn this into a side-scrolling thing. You can maximize it like this. You could take screenshots, like do one box, and do that stuff, but that takes forever. Here is the solution. Whatever you have, if it's MuseScore or anything else, when you download, after you finish, you click download, and you want Music XML. What this does is it turns your tab into an open source file. Think of it like if you were using Microsoft Word and you had Open Office, or you had a TXT document. So you can open a TXT document in Notepad or in Word, but you can't properly open up a doc in TXT. Anyway, you don't need to know that. All you need to know, turn it into Music XML. So now I've downloaded this Music XML. So it's down here. I got it right here. I'm going to go ahead and show it in folder here. Hopefully my downloads isn't too dirty or gross or weird. All right. Now what I do is I go to Transit and Summer, and I'm going to go to Flat.io. And so here is the secret, or the trick, is Flat.io is a free program. MuseScore, I think you have to pay money to have certain amounts, or to have certain privileges. With Flat.io, they have certain things that you can't get, but the main thing is you're limited to 10 scores if you don't pay money. Whatever. For what I'm about to show you, you don't need anything other than the free version. This is what you want right here. Import a score or a tab. So if you click on this right here, then it shows, okay, well, what are you're looking for those MXL files. I already did this yesterday to test it out, but here we go. That's what I just downloaded. It says importing score down here. There we go. It pops up. And now just like that, bada bing, bada boom, I have stolen City Pops Dave content, so I can put it on my own channel and take all the credit. No, I'm kidding. I love you, City Pop Dave. So now what I do, I've got everything. So let's compare it back to the original. This is what we first had, was this. And so he made it for 5-string. He had, all the notes put in, all the rhythms, everything. Now when we transferred it over, again, 5-string. Now, I had no idea you could do 5-string on Flat.io. I'm a little pissed off that I didn't know that until now. But there you go. Learn something new every day. But now that we've got this, I go up here, I hit switch display mode. Boom. There we go. Now what I can do, I can mute this. I hit play. It plays through. And what I'm doing right now with my software, I use OBS, Open Broadcast Software. I just hit record. And I record this just like this. And I just let it scroll through here, and I do that until the whole thing is recorded. Once that whole thing is recorded, then I'm going to switch back over here for a second so I can hopefully open this up and get to the right spot. But after you record that, you're going to save that file, and then it depends on what program you want to use. For what I do, you can do anything. Now, that goofy video I made last week, that you kind of need Adobe Premiere to do all the little effects and all that kind of stuff. You need, Apple Movie Maker. But if you have, what's the version of GarageBand for movies? If you have that, or if you have anything at all that hooks anything together, then, that's going to get you covered. All right, so this is going to be a little sneak peek of a video that's going to come out in 2 weeks. For those of y'all who are wanting to learn Henri's, Last Summer Whisper, I finally made a tab video for y'all. But anyway, here's what it looks like in Adobe. So now I'm here in Adobe, and this is what I did with the tab. So I started, let's see if I can get to the effects here. Boop. Oh, I just closed it too much. So all I did is I have this motion, or I have this guy right here, and I did a crop. So I had, Control Z. Let's go ahead and just reset everything so you can see it. There we go. So this is what I started with. This is my recording that I got off of that capture that I just did. So here it is, it's playing. I've already synced this all up, but all I did was I added a crop. And so I clicked on that crop, and I went whomp, and then I went whomp. And then I went to motion, which is just the position, and I went all up, and then that was pretty much it. And now it's in the right spot, and it looks pretty good. Not too bad. Now, okay, here comes, and I'm sorry, Dave, here comes the fun part. Whenever you're doing tabs like this, as I'm sure you found, or any of you who have messed with tabs, you can get really close figuring out the rhythm, but getting it exactly, unless we've got one of those songs where they're using a sequencer where it's like, we are at 122 beats per minute and we are not going to leave. 122, you know, which is never the case. There's always flux and variation. This is how I had to deal with that. It's a little complicated at first, but I promise you it works. So what we do here is I'm playing, and this is going, I said I'm playing. Let's see if this works. There we go. Okay, so while this is going here, okay, let me turn this not on full so that it doesn't make my computer extremely sad. Okay, so as we're going through here, you see this little snippet right here? What happened was my tab started getting a little behind. So what I did is I snipped out a section and I changed the speed. I upped the speed to 115% just for this little snippet so that it kicks me back into good tempo. Bump, ba-bump, bump, bump, bum, 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 bum. But you can see now it's getting behind. It's already behind a little bit. See? Da-dum. So I speed it up there. Boom. Now I'm back in shape. And again, here I sped it up 130%. It's a trial and error game. And you can see here, I did that like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I did it like 15 or 16 times. But it only took me like, honestly, it only took me about 10 minutes to listen to a 4-minute song. Because you just have to speed it up a little bit. It lines back up. You're good. But again, the big takeaway, let me go ahead and echo it. Don't save. Don't save all the shenanigans I did. The big thing, though, again, I want to go back and just let you know, is that when you're messing around with, or if you're using MuseScore, I'll just do this one more time. You go to MuseScore or anything, any program you're using, and if you download it or if you save your file, you're looking for Music XML. That is what you want, is Music XML. Because then you go to this free program called flat.io. Totally free. Make an account. You can use Facebook, Instagram, I think. You can use anything. Little button over here that says Import a Score tab. You click on that. You click on the XML. It imports it. As you can see here, I tried this twice, so I've got Mu Amor twice on here. And then if I clicked on that, it turns it into this, which our default view looks like everything else. But if we go up here in the top corner, you see the switch display mode. Now we've got our side view. We hit play. We start recording on OBS or any kind of screen capture technology that you use, or anything will work. Then we do the crop. Then we throw it on top of the old video that you're making. And then you're a YouTuber just like everybody else. So, Dave, I hope that was helpful. And again, if you need some more help or if you don't have those programs, let me know, man, because I've gotten pretty darn quick at making these videos so I can send them to you. I'm not going to chop it up for you because you should learn how to do that. But if you need somebody to record the stuff, I'm happy to do it because it takes 5 minutes. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. As always, I have a great time hanging out, learn new music from you, learn stuff. Thank you for all the good information. Man, I just don't want to talk today. My words aren't good. Anywho, I'm going to keep thinking this week. We're going to keep chilling with the morning podcast. But I'm thinking maybe next week we bat around the idea of going through that huge chart. Because I'm pretty interested in that. And I think that might be a good format to go through and do like an album review or something like that. Because I also saw in the Discord chat, people have been doing album reviews and going through every week and picking an album. I think that might be fun to get into. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Keep those suggestions coming for bass tabs. That's what I want to keep doing, is going through and doing that. But hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday, and I will catch y'all later.